Authors Plus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gab Megan, and I'm from Authors Press. Today is April 19th, 2024. Welcome to another fantastic virtual interview where I am gathered here today with Robert Greenwood, the author of A Visit to the Kingdom of Camelot. Hi, Bob. Can you tell us about yourself and what inspired you to become a writer?
Well, I started out as a editor of small weekly newspapers on the prairies, and I did that for 3 years till I ran out of money and I left. I went back to school, and from there I moved to Vancouver, worked for a safety council, traffic safety, and did that for 10 years. And then I left and went into sales and many other things. And the last 20 years or so, I've been sort of semi-retired, living on a hobby farm. And my wife and I enjoyed that very much until she took sick. So we left there. It was just too much work. And came into Salmon Arm, where I'm now my wife finally passed away, so I moved into a seniors complex where I live alone and with great people. So I'm really enjoying where I am. I get 3 meals a day, and they do the dishes.
That's pretty interesting. Thank you for sharing that. What led you to choose the Arthurian legend as the backdrop for your book, A Visit to the Kingdom of Camelot?
Well, I've always been a fan of King Arthur, as long as I can remember. But I don't like the violence in most of the King Arthur stories. So I wanted a Kingdom of Camelot story for kids to read that they would enjoy.
Wonderful. Can you share with us some of the challenges you faced while writing this book, especially in crafting a unique perspective within the well-known Arthurian universe?
Challenges? Oh, just getting down to do it. I don't know how it is people work, because I'm retired, but I haven't got enough time. I'm always running out of time. I'm busier now, I think, than when I was working. I don't know how people find time to work.
Wonderful. The protagonists in your book are the younger siblings of Sir Lancelot. What prompted you to explore this lesser-known aspect of the Camelot story?
Well, there is no known or lesser-known aspect of the Camelot story. It's strictly my story is invented around King Arthur. It's nothing to do really much with King Arthur. It's mostly with the characters that I created.
Beautiful. Your characters embark on a journey accompanied by a dragon and a unicorn. What significance do these mythical creatures hold in the narrative, and what inspired their inclusion?
Well, first of all, I'm a Harry Potter fan, and I didn't like the way she treats the unicorn. I wanted a unicorn that was friendly. I didn't want one that was antagonistic, as hers are. They're mythical creatures that are just fun, and that's what I'm after, is fun for kids.
That's pretty interesting. Thank you. Throughout your travels, your characters encounter various challenges and solve problems for King Arthur. Could you elaborate on the themes or messages you aim to convey through these adventures?
I'm really not trying to convey any messages through the stories. I just write stories for kids to enjoy. My real get kids reading at an early age and enjoying it. That's so important.
Yes, that's really important and very beautiful. As a retired sales representative and traffic safety consultant, how did your previous career experiences influence your approach to storytelling in this book?
Sure. I suppose most of the career experiences came from editing a weekly newspaper. I had worked at two different newspapers as the editor and publisher. And that's where I learned to write, really. Because writing a weekly newspaper is great training if you want to write a kid's book, because you have to write your stories that are interesting enough for your educated people in your community, your doctors and lawyers and so on, but still interesting enough and not too complicated for people that don't have any education. So it's kind of a balancing act you have to play, but it works, and it taught me.
That's very wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. What aspects of writing A Visit to the Kingdom of Camelot did you find most rewarding, and which parts presented the greatest difficulty?
Oh, well, the most rewarding is just I handed out about 2,000 books to people I know, either in the seniors complex where I live, the staff and the residents all have copies of my book, and I'm just amazed at what happens with them. They pass them on to grandchildren and so on, and I've never had a bad comment or a negative comment. They're all very positive, and they're all fans.
That's very interesting and inspiring. How do you hope readers will respond to your interpretation of Arthurian legend, particularly through the lens of adventure and familiar puns?
Well, I just hope that the readers, and that's my kids 8 to 10 years old, I hope they enjoy my books and learn to read more.
Beautiful. Lastly, what advice would you offer to aspiring authors who are navigating their journeys in the world of writing and publishing?
Well, firstly, I'd tell them to find a writing consultant, or what do you call them? I forget. You need a writing someone to lead you through the whole mess, because you can get caught up in so many traps and con jobs that are out there when it comes to promoting your book.
That's very inspirational. Thank you for sharing that, Bob. Where can we purchase your book?
Purchase. Well, Amazon have it. I know there's another number you can phone, but I somehow misplaced the number, so I haven't got it right now.
Thank you. So you have an option to answer this question or not. We just need to ask this for us to be able to serve our authors in the future. How was your experience working with Authors Press?
Oh, Authors Press has been my salvation. I wish I'd run into them much earlier, because I spent wasted a lot of money with other outfits that just didn't do the job.
Thank you for that wonderful feedback. We really appreciate it. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for meeting with me today and discussing your book. It's been very pleasant speaking with you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to Authors Press either via email or phone number, and we will get back to you as soon as we can.
Okay. Thank you.
This has been Robert Greenwood and Gab Megan. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. Have a great day.
Righto.
Authors Press.